Death of Some Salesmen exemplifies the genius of Tales from the Crypt in its ability to transform an ordinary workplace narrative into a chilling and unforgettable exploration of moral decay. The episode opens with a deceptively ordinary scene, placing the audience in the midst of an unremarkable office. Yet every detail, from the hum of fluorescent lights to the repetitive tapping of keyboards, is imbued with subtle menace. The main character, a salesman whose ambition overshadows his ethics, is presented not as a villain in a traditional sense, but as a relatable figure whose small compromises and rationalizations gradually lead him down a path of ruin. The pacing is deliberate, building tension through ordinary interactions and the mounting weight of minor ethical lapses, which the show magnifies into a psychological thriller. One of the most compelling sequences occurs during a boardroom presentation, where the protagonist manipulates numbers and misleads his superiors, an action captured with meticulous camera angles that emphasize both his growing confidence and underlying insecurity. These scenes are enhanced by a haunting score that mirrors the character's internal unease and foreshadows the dire consequences of his actions. The episode's use of irony is particularly noteworthy, as each morally questionable decision the protagonist makes seems to edge him closer to an inevitable, almost karmic, downfall. A standout scene involves the protagonist attempting to salvage a failed deal through deceit, only to find that his lies have already set in motion events beyond his control. The narrative cleverly intertwines suspense with dark comedy, creating moments of absurdity that are both unsettling and entertaining. From a thematic perspective, the episode offers a sharp critique of corporate greed, ambition, and ethical compromise, portraying a world where financial success often eclipses human values. The visual storytelling complements this theme perfectly, with stark contrasts between the sterile, impersonal office spaces and the increasingly chaotic personal environment of the protagonist. Cinematography and lighting are employed masterfully to reflect psychological states, with dim corridors and shadowed faces emphasizing isolation, anxiety, and the creeping sense of doom. The finale delivers a satisfyingly ironic resolution, a hallmark of Tales from the Crypt, in which the protagonist's own ambition and deceit precipitate his undoing. Beyond the narrative, the episode resonates because it taps into real human fears: fear of failure, fear of judgment, and the consequences of moral compromise, making it relatable and deeply unsettling. Personally, watching this episode brought to mind times when I observed seemingly minor workplace betrayals or ethical lapses that cascaded into far-reaching consequences, underscoring the timelessness of the series' moral lessons. Additionally, the attention to performance detail is remarkable, with the actor conveying layers of internal conflict, anxiety, and desperation through subtle gestures and facial expressions that enrich the story far beyond the dialogue. Death of Some Salesmen is more than just a horror story. It is a study in human behavior, a satirical critique of professional ambition, and a perfectly executed piece of cinematic art that blends suspense, humor, and morality into an unforgettable viewing experience. The episode exemplifies why Tales from the Crypt remains iconic, proving that the true horrors are often found in human nature, not the supernatural, and that every decision, no matter how small, carries the potential for unexpected and devastating consequences.